This podcast is free. Sit back and relax. This podcast is free. I ain't paying for that. This podcast is free. It's Derek and Steven picking topics out of a hat. I ain't paying for that. And now your hosts, Derek and Steven.
And there we go. We are live.
Whoa! Another week.
Another week.
Number 5.
Another week. Another mess up in the recording.
Here we go. Yep.
We couldn't get it. We couldn't get it off right in the first try as normal. But yeah, we got it this time. The computer is plugged in. I can hear it hissing. We are ready.
Give it a go again.
Yes, we are looking good. So,
Well, Steven, how was your week?
it was great. I had a week off.
That's nice. You
Which
had a
is
great
not
week.
great. As we were talking before the computer cut off.
We're not even going to refer to that anymore.
Being a poor musician, I can take a weekend off, but as we spoke of a few episodes ago, we dodged a little small hurricane where we live, but apparently we've got another situation brewing out in the Gulf.
Not talking about it.
It's threatening to derail my weekend of work.
Gig.
I hope we don't have to deal with that, but I'm just gonna.
I think it'll be good.
I hope
it's
so.
going to be fun.
It is late in the season.
Yeah, we're going to be positive.
Yeah,
the weather's already slightly cooled down.
It was. I only sweat a little bit last night, but like you're saying, inside the juke joint, hot as all balls. Outside, quite.
What's
tolerable.
the deal with that? They don't have an AC system?
It's the name of the place is the juke joint. Does it sound like it has a working AC?
Yeah, but they're making money. Otherwise, they'd be closed.
They do.
You fix some shit.
It is, it's just part of the majesty and the charm of the juke joint.
Whatever. I get it.
I will defend that place to my dying last breath because that is where we live, and probably in a tri-state area, that's one of the last real music venues. And I don't mean like the place they built recently, the big place. There's the other one in the north part of the state.
Oh, I guess I know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you, because we try to keep our location, semi hidden. Oh, look, I can do this. So that is fake. It's supposed to look real, but
okay. It's finally registered.
Or like, what people are used to.
Just making sure you unmuted it.
Oh no, we're unmuted. What's the place? House of Blues.
Yeah.
It looks weathered, but they did that. It's like the Disney thing. They make it look weathered.
Come to our place, please.
Yeah.
Buy our expensive
The place
food.
I'm talking
We're
about.
gonna charge
The
you ticket
floorboards
prices.
really do.
Yeah.
Push down.
I mean, it is an older building.
It is. It's an old raised up building.
It is a cool building.
It's called the Juke Joint. I mean, it is the last bastion for all of the things that I think you do have to keep around, like the shitty players that come through that are just learning.
I noticed it in that downtown area the other day because we were over there. They of course they're building all these new buildings and all.
A lot
over down there. There was an Irish pub. Was there an Irish?
I don't go down that street that much. I don't know. I go to my one spot and that's about it.
Well, there you go.
I stick to the place I play because then that goes with it. When you play as much as I do, you don't want to. You don't want to go out and be in that.
Want to make more money and go home.
It's like, no, did y'all go to Ocean? No, we didn't go down. We didn't go there. I almost slipped up and said it, but like, no, we didn't. We didn't go down there. We were at home. We were on what was it, Saturday night?
It was
what?
No, I was just saying it was kind of funny because we were down there Saturday.
Gentrified. It's getting very gentrified.
I don't know what that means.
Like all the places get bought up, turned into super nice condos. Nobody can afford it anymore.
Right. No, that's
that's why we have to live 20 minutes away.
That's what the rich people do. So they keep all the riffraff out.
But even though
they honor riffraff, but they don't want the riffraff around.
No, not really. They want it to look like it. But but at least in the middle of all that gentrification, that little shitty building exists.
Right.
We were there last night till 3:50.
Mm-hmm.
So on a Sunday night, you can go see music if you're there, I don't drink, but if you're there to drink, you can drink and party. It's good on football games.
I'm amazed that you've done that this long, like being in that environment, not drinking. You know, I mean, kudos to you. Is what I'm saying.
Well, people ask me all the time. They're like, "Well, why do you still do it?" I'm like, "Is it not obvious?" I mean, I'll be very transparent. Most gigs I play pay between $300 and $450 per man.
Yeah.
And it took a long time of building up and to get that juke joint gig, which we've had for 13 years, it pays $80 a man. Right. So it is not about the money. It is you have. Now I gotta ask you,
some nights they pay you a little more.
Huh?
There's some nights they pay you a little more. No. It's like a rockin' night.
No.
See, that's come on.
80.
You've been doing that for 13 years. If they have a rockin' night, they do the cough up
for like 8 years. It was $60 a man, and then they gave us a raise because it's
I understand.
It is literally
you're not going there.
It is for like you want to talk about. I don't these. You got these. I don't give a shit like this jackass Adam Levine or somebody like that gets on screen like for the. Let me do this over here. Yeah. For the love of music. Fuck off. You don't know For the Love of Music until you go, I leave here at 9:30 on a Sunday. Yeah. She's asleep on the couch. The dogs, it's warm. I leave 9:30. I don't get home till 4.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that's love of music. And I will toot my horn on that point. All these people like talk about, the serving the shut the fuck up and go play 13 years for $80.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. And the worst hours you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, no, I'm with
but
you.
again, we talk about it almost every podcast. Man, last night, perfect example. This may not be interesting, but I want to get this on record. I'm sorry. There's this kid.
I apologize to him. You apologize.
Do you know Adrian?
No. I mean, at this point, because I don't go out that much anymore, like I probably know somebody if I saw him, but if you
probably know him because he's a Christian drummer, one of the church guys that would have shopped in the store. If you saw him, you'd probably know him. Anyway, he's got a kid, and his kid is 17 years old.
Oh, okay.
His kid graduated high school a full year early, so obviously he is, as far as book smart,
right,
advanced. He's already at the junior college, 30 minutes up the highway, and he's in band. I've never seen anybody play like this at that age.
Drummer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
Drummer, bass player, kind of fiddles around on guitar. Huh. Dude, it's amazing. And I've never seen, when I saw him at 16 when he was about to graduate high school at 16, which is already impressive.
Yeah.
And he played whatever they were playing, Mustang Sally, something stupid. And he's just...
I actually really like that song.
Pocket. Mm-hmm. All you have to be doing. And I was like, okay, well, he didn't do the first mistake the young ones do and just come out, just dick out of the pants.
Yeah.
No. But then they played something 110 BPM in a funky groove.
Yeah.
That like sweet spot. And then he knew, this is good. And he can start, and he started doing all the YouTube stuff, all the cool off time, all the stuff that they would see because it's ingrained in them.
Yeah.
Well, we're like, it's cool that we have YouTube now. They're like, what do you mean? They grow up with it.
Yeah.
So he's seen all the chops and all that, and he plays so well. You really don't know how excited it makes me to know he's not a little dick. He plays well. He plays tastefully for 17, and he's really good. And that, okay.
He was at the joint?
Yeah. His dad brings him out. And you know what's this kind of shit makes me want to fucking cry. His dad is so religious. And I mean like big old heavy Baptist religious.
Yeah.
Like hardcore, we are the sinners. 4:00 in the morning, alcohol, sex, music, like it is not where normally people would think. That was his first inclination a year ago. He brought him to the juke joint, and we were like, of course they get with the bar and they're like, his dad's with him and he's, everything's safe. It's not an alcohol issue.
Yeah.
He's just here to play. And Adrian comes up to me and he's like, I'm like, and Dakota had mentioned, he's like, he's bringing his son. I'm like, well, whatever. Well, they get there and I'm like, go. on stage now, and brings us up to what I just explained. But it's amazing, and I love it because like normally we're supposed to be done at 3, maybe 3:30 if they're really having a good time. And I'm like, let them have it. I will stay till 4 and just stare at my phone so he can play.
Oh wow!
You know, because
they were there that late.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Wow. That's
His
crazy.
Bible thumping dad will bring him out because he knows there's Nevin on sax, me on drums, Phil on drums was there last night.
Oh, okay.
Jarrett was there on drums.
Oh, okay.
Jared played bass and sang. I played bass and sang. You've got Dakota there. You got Schnocky there. You've got 2 other guys in the early 20s that are like coming up right now. So it's like 15 dudes that he gets to be and girls.
Yeah, and I mean it's like, well, maybe the dad's thinking, well, I'd rather you go with me and understand that you're here for
It's
music.
great. I love it.
And see all the people, and he might not ever go down that musician's path because it's like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. I just want to play my drums.
But also he knows because they were talking about it, and I walked past them having a conversation, and I heard Phil. He goes, "Yo, Steven doesn't drink." It's like, yeah, I've spent 13 years at that bar till 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
Coca-Cola and blow pops. I mean, you know, like that's. But
Yeah.
I really have to give it to his dad to be open enough to go. You know, I'm sure he's telling him like, you know, we don't talk like that. We don't curse every other word.
Right.
We don't drink till 4 o'clock in the morning. We don't smoke weed
I
out
had no
the
idea
bag.
that's where we were going to go with this story.
But
That's
he
interesting.
brings him out, and he's getting what, in my opinion, is the best exposure. You
Yeah.
got Nevin giving him the sax side of things, which
Yeah.
they might not always experience. There's 8 billion drummers.
Yeah.
Jared grabs him after the first set he did. Jared grabbed him out, took him outside for a 20-minute. Because he saw he was like, oh, he plays traditional, like, well,
Oh, yeah,
and he
yeah.
takes him out 20 minutes tweaking his hand, showing him how to like, and I was just, so it's like, it's amazing. And again, Adrian, all the
That's
credit in
funny.
the world to expose his son.
Who would've
and
known?
still teach him, which I'm sure, he's teaching him the way
Yeah.
he wants him to be,
Yeah.
but also going like, but these are the guys, girls, people you're going to be around. So you need to soak up, you know,
Right.
Phil's got something for you.
Well,
to learn.
and
Jared's got-
it's also, you're not sheltering. You're going out in the world.
It's
but
great.
you're going out in the world with a little bit of shielding with your dad there. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's great. I wish
know.
more people had these.
Versus the people just going out for their first time and they lose their mind and
Yeah.
go nuts and don't even remember what they did that
Exactly.
night.
Yeah.
you know?
And I wish more people had the opportunity to do that. So to wrap up the whole point, yeah, I'll play that gig for another 13 years for
Yeah.
$80 a Sunday, and I'll stay till 4
Right.
and wake her up
That's kinda
every
cool.
Monday, just because like somebody's got to do it. And I'm just mean enough and grumpy enough where when they come in and pull some shit, I'm the only one that will go, hey man, don't do that. Player
Yeah.
or whatever the reason would be, players don't like it when you do that, or that throws the singer off, or there's usually a good reason. It's like,
Right.
But you know, where they're all like, oh, well, you know, they'll do whatever and they get off and they're like, oh, you know, good job, man. And I'd be like, no, hey, when you do that thing or fucking around between songs, I'll grab the kit when they're doing that, be like, stop. Everybody hates that. That is the worst thing.
Yeah, it's not practice at the house.
Yeah, but that's just a general rule, just in case you ever know. Like any instrument, noodling between songs.
Yeah.
For professionals, that's the ultimate. Like, dude, what the fuck are you? Stop. Like you said, didn't you warm up at home before
Right.
you fucking came? So yeah, you know, I don't know what the point of all that was, but it really makes me feel good to know that there's a 16-year-old, 17-year-old out there with his super Christian dad getting brought out and still learning
Right,
the
yeah.
parts you can only learn from bumping into a bearded guy in a bar. You can't learn some of that shit on YouTube. You
Yeah.
know? So, you know, things like that make me feel good about that gentrified area.
Yeah.
There's that little spark in the middle.
You just never know about people. See? Learn something new every week.
Yeah. Props to Adrian and his son. You know, I hope that they're not going to see this, but you know,
You
So,
never know.
but yeah, that's all my
how
week
many
consisted
bleeps
of.
you
It
do.
was a light week
Ah, yeah.
for me. I don't know about you. If you had,
No, the wife was out of town.
that's right.
And,
I did see you on the Players Online Xbox Live. I saw you up there a couple times. I was like, Oh yeah.
Yeah, the wife's out of town.
She's gone. And
Like, what else
you
am I
were
supposed
playing
to
your
do?
game. I was adding it up. He's playing his game. He's obviously been on for a minute, and his wife's gone. Don't send him an invite. Let him finish whatever. Because then you sent me a thing, and I was like, yeah. You were obviously, and I was like, yeah. When you get that opportunity, take it.
Yeah, and it was good. It's actually I've gotten to the point where I'm so used to her being there. I don't even know like what to do when she's not there. So it's like it's that whole thing.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. I mean, like the first night I was just like I was looking around. I was like, I'm gonna clean the house. I did like the deep scrub in the bathroom or whatever, or whatever. Brain X the inside of the shower door.
It's a great meme. I saw it. Literally, it's funny that you say this like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the title of the meme was like, girls relaxing. And it's like the pina colada and they're on the chair and the like the gown that goes over the bathing suit and it flips and it's guys relaxing and it's like a dude with a hard helmet and a drill. Because for some reason, like you just did and I did Saturday, I don't know if it's boredom but like you're like, I'm going to go insert.
Right.
And for you, it was, I'm going to go, your wife was gone. You have all the toys in the world to play with at your house.
Yeah.
And you said, well, I'm going to go.
It needed to be done. I think there's a sense of accomplishment when you get done with that. You're now it is done.
Yeah.
It's done. It's not in my mind anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about that anymore. I was like, this weekend, I wanted to wash both cars. And I went out there Saturday morning and I busted my hump, hand washed them suckers.
And then you're like,
and I'm like,
that's how you know you're getting old. I did the same thing on Saturday.
Yeah.
We were hanging out.
I've always kind of been like that a little bit because there's nothing to me like getting in a clean car.
I have not.
Like a nice clean car. I'm like, yeah, that's nice.
I always keep my car clean, but I'm not one to be nitpicky with the car.
Yeah,
for me, what has happened
when
recently,
the dust spills on the dashboard, it's like, all right.
No, that's I try not to do that.
Clean.
But for me lately, it's been the yard, which is the old whitest of man things to start being proud of is your yard. She was off.
I think that's just a guy thing.
Maybe you're right. She was off Saturday. I was off. We were hanging out, very leisure. I don't even remember what we were doing. And I looked at her at like 1:30, and I was like, I think I'm going to go cut the grass. She goes, really? It's like, I'm not going to weed eat and edge. And I was like, I'm just going to go cut the grass so it's cut. But of course, I cut the grass, and then I started blowing off the driveway, and then we have a cul-de-sac, so I started blowing the cul-de-sac, but then their side looks like shit. So I just went around the whole cul-de-sac, blew all the acorns, and just wet everything up. And they're coming outside. They're like,
"What are you doing?"
Thanks. And I'm like, the thing reached, and I saw I'm chasing a circle. I was just like, I probably look like a crazy person, but I saw the line where I stopped, and I was like, it looks dumb.
What would be even better if they like looked at you like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, your shit's all dirty. I'm cleaning it up for you, okay?
No, I would never do that. I am not that neighbor. I would never in a million years. We were watching something and it was a meme and it was about Disney and it was like something about the person in the ride that sings the song, like that you're on the ride and it ruins. And she's like, you would do some shit like that. I'm like, again, I may do it here when we yell at the TV. I would never in a million years in the park ruin somebody's Disney experience. Same thing here. I would never be the old man in the yard going, if you edged it, I would never, but I will, I will go around and clean up shit.
I wonder if we should. No, honestly, I don't know if I can go there with you. What? That's one thing we are not the same on at all is the Disney thing. I know you like the park and the whole bit.
Well, no, okay.
That place could bomb
fuck
out of
you.
existence.
Fuck you. There's context here. You're labeling me, and whoever sees this Jackass podcast is going to think I'm a Mickey ear wearing little goofball that runs around the park. Well, no, context. Context is king. So, no, he is right. We differ completely.
Well, and I think it's the experience
Disney.
that you had versus the experience that I had.
Well, and it's you're still too micro. You got to pull back to the macro. We got to be specific. I don't give a shit and don't ever watch Disney movies. It's never been a thing for me. So like the
Disney
whole
owns everything.
Now. I'm saying Disney Plus, and we talked about it last week. all the Star Wars shit, I don't see any of that because I'm not paying for fucking Disney Plus for you to put out one show a year that I'm going to watch. And then what? The rest of the time I'm going to watch The Little Mermaid? Like, it's not for me. So that's, and even what? So me and her have been married going on 2 years. We've been together 7 years. So 7 years ago, right when we first started dating, my wife, her mother, and her cousin or her cousin-in-law always went to Disney every year. Girls trip, great time. Well, Rachel's mom got physically where she just couldn't make it around the park anymore.
Right.
So they went and they asked me, and I was like, probably like most 30-year-old dudes, like, fuck no.
Yeah.
No, thank you, but
yeah,
no,
it's not my cup of tea.
but not in a mean way. Just like I don't. I mean, I remember bits and pieces of it from childhood, but I was like, I have never even crossed my mind to go to Disney.
And see, I think that's the key. That's the key. You went when you were a kid.
But I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, but you went though. You knew something happened, or you didn't have a negative feeling as a kid.
Oh, okay. Well, true.
Is what I'm saying.
I knew. I don't remember anything because I think it was because it was the 80s. It was way different than it is now. So I don't have any memories of it. But she asked me to go, and I was like, no. And they went, just the two of them, and they had a good time. Fast forward to not the next year, the year after. They're going to do, because they do it basically every 2 years. And they asked me, and now Rachel and I have been together for 2 years or maybe 3 years at that point. And, I'm really into her, obviously. And I'm like, well, I like being around her. And I like her, Sandy. I like her cousin. Great. Get along really well. It's like, you know what? Let's go. I'll go with you guys. Y'all need another for your party. Let's do it. Wow. Sold. Greatest time ever.
Really?
For me.
Really?
For me, greatest time ever.
Really?
Did not, and don't get me wrong, going into it, still fucking grumpy. I had shelled out $1,200 to go. Just to go.
Yeah.
And then I brought $800 to spend. Going back to the 3HG is lucky thing. How did I get the $800?
Oh, at a gig?
The literal weekend before at the Golden Nugget, some guy tipped the band whatever 800 times 5 is. Was it $4,000?
Oh wow!
So I told the guy, I was like, you literally just paid for my my vacation. He was like, oh, whatever. He was a drunk rich guy. He's like, oh, enjoy and have a great life with your wife. And I was like, you literally just
$800.
I needed about $800 or $1,000 to go on, and so. But anyway,
That's funny.
That happened. We go.
That is funny.
And even on the way there, I'm like, man, I mean, it's gonna be fun. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I kind of just feel like I just spent $2,000 on her just to be with her.
Right.
I don't care. Again. Sold. I did not. I was thinking what most people think of, which is they associate the Magic Kingdom, the castle, that theme park, and all the other Disney shit. Which, yes, in that context, the movies and Magic Kingdom specifically, that is for children under 12. Yeah. It's not for me.
Well,
but I was not aware of
for children. But
I was
a lot of
you know what I'm saying. I was not aware of Animal Kingdom Park. I knew Hollywood Studios, but I don't think it was called the same thing when I was a kid. I was not aware of like the Star Wars land and all that they had built. I wasn't aware of Hollywood Studios, and I wasn't aware of Epcot because I don't think we went when I was a kid because it's not especially in the 80s, was not a kid park. So
really.
Like the Magic Kingdom is the Magic Kingdom. It's balloons and fucking popcorn and bubbles everywhere, and there's kids and there's like huge stroller
where they have the parades
parking
and all
lots.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I get it, and you can have fun there, and we do have fun there, but it's more like we just enjoy walking around the park. Then it's lunchtime. You go on some rides, but you're just like kind of having fun. Everything else, though, the other three parks and whatever it's called, Disney Springs, the downtown Disney area, the shopping area.
Oh, I don't even know if I
which
went there.
is literally built for adults. It's like all high end. There's like short of 1-star Michelin restaurants in that area. So the long and short of it is I came back sold. Now we go every 2 to 3 years. and we're going in January, and
Wow.
we bumped it up a price level. Like, we're doing what you did, which you'll hear him rant in a second. You hated your experience, but we're half there, and we're half at the Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, okay.
So-
I mean, you're more into that.
Well,
you're
it's-
more. Let me put it this way: you're more open to that.
Yeah.
Or at least you've had a good time, so you figured out the things.
I was
you
lucky.
Like
No, I was lucky.
me,
Disney did it right.
I don't know.
I'll say before you go, I'll say it like this, because we talk about it with casinos. You know, that's the conspiracy theory is
Yeah.
the casino lets you win a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah.
They get you hooked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what Disney literally did with me. They gave me the best freaking experience
Yeah.
on my first trip as an unknowing adult, and they hook, line, and sinkered me. So now it's every 2 and 3 years. Hell, I got proposed to her at Epcot.
That's true. I forgot.
So
about
it's
that.
like literally ingrained now, because
Yeah.
and again, it's not bubbles and fairy farts. That being said, let the Grinch stole Christmas.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I'll be the damn Grinch for this.
It's okay. You did have
Yeah.
a bad experience.
I mean, well, you know,
Or
so
not what
so
you felt
daughter.
was-
I've never been. Wife's never been. Daughter's never been. So she's turning. Maybe it was 11 or 12, one of those. And I back then ordered the DVD, you know, and
The welcome package.
the thing. I get it, and I'm like, oh, I'm watching it. We get sold Animal Kingdom. Daughter loves animals. One of the funniest bits is I'm calling them. I'm booking this trip. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do it. I've never done it. She's never done it. Full blast. Let's
Yep.
drop
Do the thing.
$5,
The
$6,
thing,
whatever,
yeah.
$1,000,
It's like about
whatever, just,
$5,000.
you know. And I'm just like, all right, we're gonna do it. And then we get the Animal Kingdom thing. I'm calling the guy. I'm like, supposed to see an animal. And the guy, their customer service, I'll give you this. It's top notch. And I'm talking to the guy, and I'm like, look, you know, I'm paying $300 a night for this room. Is my kid going to see an animal? Like, is he going to see a giraffe or something eating something or whatever? And he's like, well, you know, blah 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 blah. The Disney magic.
The magic only happens at night, you know.
Yeah, or whatever. I'm like, after the third time of going through that, I said, look, bro, I just want to know if my damn kid's going to see some damn animals. Can you guarantee me? He was like, well, you know, sir, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but it ruins the Disney magic. I'm like, I really don't care about your Disney magic. It's okay.
Listen here, Jiminy Cricket. Tell me if there's some fucking pixie dust in that package.
That's it. That's all I was asking the guy. And he was like, yeah, he's like, we feed him at a certain hour. So when you get up, they'll be there. I was like, thank you. That's all
you had to do. But see, that breaks the magic.
Oh God, it's but
And they are so
stupid.
But
It's stupid. It's not magic. They feed the damn animal.
This is cool, because then I get to refute you on every single point.
Good. Let's go for it. It's stupid.
this is where on
Stupid.
this single point, this is how they do it. They know how to put you in a bubble. And
I think he marked me on my ticket like, this guy's a
Well, that's what I'm
jackass.
saying.
Make sure he has a bad experience.
well, and you know, for whatever reason, they like to put you in a little bubble so they can keep you the magic. They can't let you have to only ever see the magic. So that's why they do that. You're right.
All right, we're gonna get straight to the chase.
It's okay.
Straight to the chase. It's a county fair on steroids. Is all this place is.
Well, it's a theme park.
I found out I'm not a theme park person.
Park.
I am not a theme park
And that's
person.
okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, they took my freaking money on the freaking thing. But anyways, it was going through, and of course, everyone I talked to that's a Disney person, oh, you didn't do Disney right. You have to buy the package now.
Don't let the fucking
this.
nerds do that to you.
You got to do this. You got to do that. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I just want to go. I want to be able to buy a ticket, go in a park, and have a good time. You know, but of course, we went during Mardi Gras, which I thought
That's when, yeah.
and I thought, hey, Mardi Gras. I live in the South. Everybody's going to be in New Orleans. They're having Mardi Gras. No, apparently the state of Louisiana goes to Disneyland or Disney World.
Any people that have to deal with Mardi Gras flee and go to Disney during Mardi Gras.
Yeah, didn't know that one. Would have been nice to know. There was more purple and gold in the freaking Disney World than you could choke somebody with. But on top of that, there was like baby stroller parks, which my wife had enough of baby strollers, like running into you and all this crap, and the lines. It was just lines long, heat, food was.
Rachel got run over at Disney by an electric scooter.
See? Whatever. Anyways, one of the pinnacle parts was daughter and I on the ride. I think it was the Haunted Mansion ride because we wanted to do the old rides, which was a mistake because if you didn't do them when you were a kid, you're not reliving some experience.
There is
you're
no
just on
nostalgia for you.
Right. And so I'm doing it for the first time and like literally like the ride kind of pauses in like a little tunnel or something at some point. And she's kind of looking and I'm kind of like, you okay? And she's like, she's like, this is kind of stupid. I'm like, she read my heart. I'm like, but then I'm thinking, we paid a lot of money for this crap. You better smile and enjoy it.
But
it's
you know,
like,
you make a fair point because you are right. If you have no nostalgia for that, it might seem a little stupid. And I could totally understand that.
I mean, and it's not like we tried to make the best of it because I've got the kid with me. We paid a lot of money. And then, you know, I'm trying to have a good time, but you know, on the side when she's not around, I'm talking to the wife. I'm like, oh my god, what have we done? A lot of this is so stupid. We could have went to all the countries for the money we spent.
True.
On this crap.
But I mean,
it was just a bad thing. But I will give you this. Here's the last end of it. We do the whole thing. We're leaving. I'm sore about the whole thing. I really hated the hotel more than anything.
And you know, I'm actually kind of with you, but continue.
You know, last day there, walking in, I think we went back to the Magic Kingdom, and the lady's like doing, hey, sir, would you like to take a survey? And I'm like, yes, I would like to take your damn survey.
I do the same thing when they ask.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
want them to know.
And I berated them on this survey.
And you should.
Yeah. And they, lo and behold, this has never happened to me ever. They called me. Some dude on the phone called me and was like, hey, I read your survey and I want to know more about your experience and what went wrong and all this stuff. And I'm like, bruh, I spent $300 on my hotel. A couple of weeks earlier, we stayed at a Best Western in Pensacola for $50, and the room was 10 times better than your $300 room. He's like, well, the new hotels are smaller and little. I'm like, you could spend some money on the bed, my back isn't killing me the next day.
Like you said earlier, though, the good or bad, they want to know.
They did.
They want to know.
And he ended up giving me, you know, I think it was like, we'll call it a 10% refund. It was $500, or he offered me to come back for free. Like,
they want to know.
It was like, what would have been 4 days and 3 nights or something.
They are the kings of metadata. I mean, they want to know.
And I was just like, no, give me the refund. I'm like, I don't want to. I've got a bad taste.
And you know what? There's
Mickey can suck it.
I can totally. I get it. I understand because before I did it, I was like, no, this is stupid. Now, granted, I've had 3 wonderful trips and have had like really good things happen to me there. So for us, it really is worth it. Now, I'll go with you though. Like you were saying earlier, and this is where I really
all those.
No. I'm going to agree with you on this point because this is like the most aggravating thing to me. You were saying earlier, like all these people were like, "Oh, you didn't do it. You didn't do it." Well, you know what? This is the problem with motherfucking nerds, and I mean nerds and I don't mean these beauties right here. These are the good ones. Nerd groups in any specific situation. With the rise of the internet and modern society, it is so annoying because everything now has a professional group of nerds that will tell you
how to do everything.
Oh, well, you didn't stay in the right hotel. Oh, you didn't go at the right time of the year. Oh, you didn't blah, blah. Fuck all these people. Like these Disney nerds, these Disney vloggers, that whole thing. Me and my wife a lot watch live streams from the park because we like that shit. It's usually in the background. Like, I
don't know who you are anymore.
It's all right. I'm old enough and I can accept what I like and what I do not like.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I get it.
But like some of these nerd groups that get so specific, like you have to buy my book and my little digital plan and all this to go to a theme park is such horse shit. It's stupid. And what it does is it makes the thing overcomplicated where you end up going at the wrong time, maybe not staying at the right place, not getting the proper discount, or just not knowing that this is what to expect. But then you go on YouTube and it's like billions. Dude, it is an industry unto its own to watch these nerdy ass Disney vloggers and Disney experts. I mean, there's one guy on there, we've talked about this before, that I'm pretty sure like not the low, but like the mid six figures making Disney videos. Just about going to the park.
I believe it.
Talking about, dude, it is amazing. But on the flip side,
he's probably getting paid from Disney.
Probably. No, if they were smart. I've said this before. If Disney,
or they're at least comping him for some stuff.
If
or whatever.
Disney had any freaking sense, they would grab the 3 biggest Disney YouTubers and just be like, yeah, you're now never paying for Disney again, but you're going to make constant content on the new stuff coming out. But it'll seem like it's just a dude with his family going on down to the parks on a Saturday, but you don't know that they're not fucking paying for anything. At these, like he's talking about.
I'm not waiting in the line. This is great.
Well, not for these $400 a night hotel rooms.
Yeah.
These on average $90 meals. They're just probably swiping a card that was mailed to them.
Yeah.
That just, go whatever you need,
Yeah.
And it is amazing.
It's that whole advertisement thing. It's just the I don't know. I have a bad taste about that in my mouth with it. And that has made me skeptical about everything. Like every time I see something, like you can name it, I'm just kind of like, is that really what it is?
Well, is
that really what? I just never one of them people to buy into something like that.
There's one that I wrote down in the phone, and I have to look at it so I can get the numbers right. So you've taken one of the coolest cruises I know of, which is the Alaskan Northern Cruise. Like, where does that go, basically? Like, does it go follow?
We went from Seattle all the way to Anchorage up the coastline and then back.
Okay.
So it was a 14 day, a little long.
That was, because you told me, and I think I wrote it down. It was, what'd you say, $3,000 to $5,000?
Yeah.
Which I would expect. You got to get up there, number one.
Well, it was 14 days.
Well, but plus you got to get, it's not like most, but you have to get to it.
Yeah,
so you got to fly to whatever.
Fly sometimes they'll include your airfare.
Oh, that's cool.
You just depend, again, when you catch the sale.
But either way, so you had to fly to Seattle, get on the boat, do the boat thing, get back, and then get home. So I get it. So you paid $3,000 to $5,000 to majestically sail above into the fjords with
because it's slow.
No. I'm with you. That's not what we're discussing.
Okay.
That's not where.
Okay. Well,
you got to do all that, and you paid $3,000 to $5,000. I just watched a video. Oh my God. With one of these Disney nerds that took the Disney cruise up there. They put a boat up there out of their 7-ship fleet.
Oh, yeah.
They took the Disney cruise and went up to probably the exact same thing, and they paid, look at that, $12,000.
I mean, some people do that.
Look.
Have you seen that skit
No.
of the hotel thing with the Disney characters?
No.
And it's like Mickey and Goofy having an argument, and then Donald gets in, and
We got a fucking problem here.
it's totally that. I think they're totally cussing because in the Mickey thing, he's like, "Oh, well, shut the fuck up" or something like that, and then Goofy's like, "Mike me, bitch," and then they start fighting, and then Donald gets in, and
they did that same thing on South Park too. At one point, they had Mickey was like
pretty
crime lord. We got a fucking problem here.
I mean, it's that, and I don't know. It's that.
But it's crazy, and that's what I've got. The point kind of was.
I mean, $12,000
like,
for a cruise. You can do the National Geographic cruise at that price. Now, some of those are 25
There
and
is
30.
no.
It blows
There
my
is
mind.
no. We would never have that kind of money.
Well, I don't know I want to know who has that kind of money. Like, what do you do for?
Well, maybe that's the.
I mean, it's usually old retired people. Like if you're taking the National Geographic cruise and it's $30,000 per person.
And look, I can honestly.
That doesn't include your flights.
We can honestly exclude ourselves from this because we don't wear Mickey fucking ears, and we don't buy
it's never
Spirit jerseys, and we don't have bubble wands. We eat.
I can tell you right now, if I had Mickey Mouse underwear, I'd shit my pants.
You know what we do when we go to Disney? We ride the thrill rides, we walk around because we're old, and we eat really high-end meals. It's basically the reason for us to go. Now
you sound like the Vegas people. Well, we go to Vegas for the food.
Well, okay, and so be it. Now, what I was saying though was,
oh my God, this is funny.
These fucking Disney nerds are all these, like, I don't know what, 30 to 50-year-old people that's what they do for every fucking, not even every fucking vacation. Anytime they get a 3-day weekend, they'll buy that cheap plane ticket down to Orlando and just go to the park for 3 days.
Yep.
That's what that cruise is built for.
Some people go like 5-6 times a year.
I know, it's crazy.
I'm like, you've seen the same thing over and over again.
Well, I get it if you have kids, but I knew somebody here in our
adults
hometown.
that just go.
Well, that's crazy. But I knew somebody here in town, they had kids. They would go on average 3 times a year. So I'm thinking, like, if you average that out, that's about $18,000.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe they're getting some special deals or something like that.
I don't think so. I think she was just, her husband made money, and she was like, this isn't a question.
You make
we're
money, I'm going to Disney.
So we need you to put about $5,700 on that credit card so we can book this trip.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have.
But I get it. I get why, and I get you did have, even objectively, you had a bad experience.
Yeah,
they were cool. They gave you a little money back.
Yeah,
and I get it because
I did soften the blow. I gotta admit.
The flip side of the coin being is, if you ask Rachel and I to go to a sandy destination or like a Carib, we're instantly like, no.
Yeah, I have no interest in that.
But they have this. We're still like, no. Oh, but they have, the mermaids pee on you. We don't fucking care. It's just not, we're not that people. We're not Bahamian. We're not any kind of Costa and we don't do that shit. Yeah. We're not, you want to put us outside, put us on a dirty mountain in Colorado. Then we're like pigs and shit.
Yeah.
So for us, the Vegas or the cruise is Disney.
Yeah.
She loves it. They really love it. I get to eat really good meals and hang out with my wife. We have a great time.
I have considered trying it
one
more time. But I wouldn't stay on property. I'd stay off property and I would just get a ticket to go into a park.
Oh, well, then there you go.
And I'd probably do that. I'd be game to try that, but that would be it.
Save the money.
Yeah.
But I would just say, like you were saying, you don't like it. Why you mess with it?
What I'm saying, though, is like, for the money we spent on that stupid Animal Kingdom thing, we could have stayed in the Ritz-Carlton and had a suite with a hot tub for a week and then just drove into the park. Like, that just makes more sense. Yeah, you got to drive in and out of the park, which they don't really want you to do. They want it all inclusive where you stay and you're in this own world. And
no, that's why I like it.
The magic.
No, that's why I like it.
Yeah, and
I like the fact that it's the same thing every year. We get there on Saturday about 4:00 in the afternoon once we drive.
Yeah.
When we park that car on Saturday, I don't have to think about anything until the following Saturday in the morning when we go home. And I love that. I don't like, you get out of the park at night, you get your stupid ass on the bus and you get shuttled back to your hotel. And I every night usually go jump at the pool because I'm the cheap ass old guy. I'm like, well, I'm fucking paying for it. I'm going fucking swimming. Right. Wait, you're not tired? No, I'm dead fucking tired.
Right. No.
But I paid for this $400 a night hotel room. I'm going to pee in that pool. I'm sorry.
Careful now, they got the color changing stuff these days.
Not at Disney. No, I peed all up in that pool, dude.
Did you really?
Yeah, hell yeah. I peed all up in that pool. I peed all up in that.
Why would you
If you have ever swam in the All-Star Music swimming pool, guess what? I pissed on you, baby.
There's so much chlorine in that thing; it kills everything instantly. But why would you be in the pool?
And I
have a problem.
They go back to the room. And they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going swimming." And they're like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, yeah, it's 9:30 at night. I'm going swimming. So they close that pool.
What time they close the pool?
I say it like a million times when we go to Disney. I want my money's worth. I want every free pamphlet. I want anything. You will give it to me, and we will take every tour, and we will go to the Hall of Presidents. Oh, but it's boring. I paid like $3,000 to come here. We're going to watch old ass George Washington talk about freedom, and then I'm going to go pee in the pool again.
I cannot believe you peed in the pool. Why would you pee? Why?
All-Star Music, baby. I pissed on you.
I have to know why. I have to know why.
I think it was probably that, like, you really relax and just like, the
hell with
fuck it, whatever.
Okay.
It's all a bunch of 8-year-olds.
Were you the only one in the pool at the time?
No, there were all kinds of people in the pool. It's just a bunch of 8-year-olds and they're all pissing in the pool too.
I'm never getting in the pool. Oh my God. I can't believe we just had this conversation. This is going to be a short.
There's your fucking content, baby.
Good gracious. Let's just really talk about what happens at Disney.
And I think they're lucky this time because we're going at the end of January, so it's going to be shit weather. It's not
they
swimming.
See this, they're going to bang your nose. They got your picture shirts, so you can't come in. That would be funny.
At least we're going in the winter this time, so they don't have to worry about me even going swimming at all.
Well, you never know. It's always hot in Florida.
Not in that we've done that before. We've gone January. It's not. It really is. It's quite bland weather.
Oh, okay.
It's not really even like Florida. It kind of sucks, but no.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I had no idea where we were going there with that.
Hey man,
You never know.
that's what you get on
You
this.
never know.
podcast.
All right. Well, we got to talk about this. We discussed it, earlier. We got to get to this. Hang on.
Hit it, baby.
I got to pull it up. He pulled this up for me, and I don't
Most
believe
beautiful
this.
transition
I'm
ever.
like, he pulled this up, and I was like, is this for real? Is this? And I'm still, when this pops up and I see it, I'm like, I don't even know what to think about this. Like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, what's wrong with people?
So if y'all are ready, I'm going to show you what we're talking about.
just
I hope
do
you've
it.
seen this yet. This is where we're at. This is
It hurts my
modern
feelings.
culture.
Here we go.
Pow, ladies and gentlemen. Pow, right there. So if you're not aware, and I really actually kind of hope you're not aware.
I hope nobody is.
Who these two idiots on this box of cereal is? I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Derek. One of these is Taylor Swift's boyfriend, right?
Yeah, one on the left.
Who's the other idiot?
His brother.
Okay. Now, let's be honest here. One of them belongs on the box, apparently because he's dating or getting married to Taylor Swift. Who the fuck and why is the other guy even on there? Does he even matter? Is he married to Taylor Swift? Does he even play good football?
I don't know. I don't actually know
I
if
don't
he still
follow this
plays
shit.
or
I
no,
don't follow
know.
this
I
shit.
quit. I actually, it's funny enough, a quick little side note before we get even worse into this was I watched a football game yesterday, which I have not watched a football game in years.
Yeah.
And it was retarded. I don't even know why I watch it anymore. It's so stupid. That's a whole nother rant for another day.
Well, that's different.
We
But
can get on the football.
where we're sitting here is
So I know who they are, but I don't know anything else
got
about
these
them.
two smiling idiots sitting on this box, and apparently, all I can surmise from an executive standpoint is well, he's fucking Taylor Swift, so if we put him on the box, he'll drive up sales. But they put his idiot brother on there too. But I don't understand why is he famous, or is he just famous because his brother's famous?
I think he's famous
because she's famous.
His brother's famous.
So he's famous because his brother's famous because he's fucking a famous girl.
Pretty much.
Okay.
There we go.
Now,
Nailed it.
Now that we got the uninteresting part out of the way, how the fuck you gonna tell me you gonna mix Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky Charms together to get the mix or the hack for the ultimate cereal? This is the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen in my life.
This is bothering me. Does he have earrings on?
Does
that look like an earring? Hang on, I gotta zoom in here.
Possibly.
Is that an earring? I mean, what's going on there?
I think he does.
What is happening?
Yeah, we got double earrings. Well, listen here, jangly McFootball face. You got the worst mix of cereal I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Hey, I just want to know. We got to get this off the screen. I just want to know who still eats Lucky Charms? Because you only eat Lucky Charms for the frickin' marshmallows.
Which
you are not eating it for whatever the little oat crappy bits
and they
are
were
in there.
no, they were smart. At one point, they made Lucky Charms where it was just a bag full of marshmallows. What is no?
Here's a bag full.
That's called fan service. They asked for something that they really wanted, and you gave it to them. It was a limited time thing, so it was cool.
Right, yeah.
Now this bullshit.
Maybe sales are down for all three of them, so they figured they'd put them together.
I'm not letting up on this shit. I'm sorry. But we'll say it again. Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky fucking Charms.
Yeah.
That is your mix. That is bullshit. This is all low tier mixing right here. Like, come on. Like, okay, maybe Reese's Puffs and Cinnamon Toast Crunch because you got the like chocolate peanut butter and the cinnamon thing. But throwing the Lucky Charms in there, that's not even in the same.
But I don't get why. So it's two dudes. Why isn't it a dual mix? Why is it three? Why is there?
That's
three
a very
things?
well. I'm sure this is probably what these idiots actually mixed together. This might be real. Might be what they mixed together. Like this is like we actually do this. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Or maybe I bet you Lucky Charms is what Taylor Swift eats. That's what it is.
Oh, so
That's what it is.
you're saying
she
homeboy.
probably did this whole thing. Hey, look, I want y'all to go do this and
Oh well, but by that, what if? Okay, so what if homeboy that's screwing her is Reese's, and his brother
is the Toast Crunch.
Is the Puffs or the Lucky Charms.
And she's the Cinnamon
old
Toast
Taylor
Crunch.
is the mystery like goddess in between with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's so stupid. I can't. I'm at a loss for words, and I'm not usually at a loss for words.
This is idiocy right here.
I can't.
That you let these guys come up with the worst combo ever. This is some bullshit. I'm actually offended. This is what you picked to put together. I could come up with a billion different better combinations than Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky fucking Charms. You fucking Yankees and your weird ass combos. Take that shit back to fucking Minnesota or wherever the fuck you come with this weird ass mix. This is bullshit.
I don't know. It hurts my feelings.
Yeah, I'm
It's like
genuinely.
we couldn't make the Wheatie box, so we make our own box.
You know,
don't know.
Taylor
It's
hates
just-
you, bro. After you made this mix, you know she hates him.
I
She's
don't,
"This is some
I don't know.
bullshit."
She's probably weird enough
It's
to
crap.
actually like it.
And besides the
I
fact
hate
that
it
they
all.
just obviously just like we'll capitalize off of Taylor because she's
Yeah, that's all it is. And we're trying to do something and makes, I don't know, maybe General Mills is hurting because I think cereal sales are probably down anyways because it's all garbage for you anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the sad part is I used to love cereal. I think it was like my 17th birthday. My grandmother, God
like a
love her.
cereal birthday party?
Yeah, pretty much. She bought me like 8 boxes of cereal in a ginormous bowl.
That's awesome.
You know, it was great. It was everything I ever wanted. And because I just back then I ate cereal like it was going out of
I'm
style.
with you. I usually if I
but
get a
now
box of cereal, it
you're
don't
getting
last long.
old and milk's not good for you.
No, I can't do milk
It's nothing
anymore.
but high fructose corn syrup anyway. So
Yeah,
It's in all that crap.
these motherfuckers are drinking it with almond milk too, pussies. This Kelsey shit mix right here. Well, you know what I'm gonna try to do.
Hey, I just need to know: are they that popular? I know he is because he's.
I don't know
he's
because
screwing
this kind of gets back to
Pete
that whole.
Swizzle.
This gets back to that whole sucking dick of a celebrity thing. Like I don't give a flying shit about Taylor Swift. Number one, I'm not a football guy, so I don't really give a fuck about the NFL.
No.
Besides these two smiling idiots coming up with the worst mixture of fucking cereals ever.
And you can tell by looking at the picture, the dude on the left, the Taylor Swift guy.
Yeah. Travis, is
It's
that
his
his name?
idea. Yeah, it's his idea. Look at that smile. That's a genuine, I love what I'm doing. The other guy's like, I'm hanging out with my brother. I don't know what I'm
Y'all
doing.
are some trash acts. I mean, this is trash ass cereal
terrible.
mixing right here, guys.
Terrible.
I swear to God, if they have
Hot
if
garbage.
they have this shit where we live, I'm getting a fucking box this week, and we're gonna eat it next week on the podcast.
All right, let's do it.
That we're gonna buy
can
this
do it.
shit mix and see if
I'll
it's
even
actually
eat a little cereal for them.
because your picks are pretty shit here, homeboy. So we're gonna get your stuff.
I'm kind of mad at the designer of whoever designed the box.
It's
Like, could you have done a little better job? Like, I'm hoping that's an in-house person at General Mills and that you're so tired of your job, you were just like, screw it, let me just throw something together for this. I'm really hoping that's
like
what
you
happened.
said. You couldn't get on the fucking Wheaties box.
We'll just make our own box. I'm just thinking off the bat, like, I mean, do Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops, like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, no.
let's have
You
a
can
fruity
come up.
explosion.
I mean, let's talk about it real second. So, like, what?
I'd have to look. I'd have to
Again,
walk down the.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Reese's Puffs. That seems like it was cinnamon sugar, chocolate peanut butter. Okay, we're in the.
Yeah.
That is on one branch of what we'll call the love tree of cereals. That's over here on the chocolate, maybe slightly cinnamon savory side. What are you putting a right side straight up like colored sugar cereal mixing with? No, bro. Y'all have got some trash ass. I'm going to find your fucking cereal in the local store and we're going to try it out next week. And if it's not sold here, it reinforces my point that your trash ass mix didn't make it all over the country.
Oh, I hope it's not in the store. I hope they did. People down here are just like, we're not carrying that.
Exactly.
But they're going to carry it because I don't know. Maybe the young kids that are watching football ratings are up and they know who he is, you know. But I'm like, this
again,
is
it just has anything to do with Taylor, and it's
right.
You know, oh my god.
I feel like I want a General Mills. It's like I feel like the dude off of National Lampoon's. Yeah, that's pretty low, Mister. If I had a rubber hose, I'd beat you. You know, I mean, it's just kind of that thing. It's what is happening.
It's like Idiocracy, the movie, is coming true. Like everything,
we were there.
Everything that happens every day.
You know what? I'm going to throw this out. If anybody's out there and you see this and you like this cereal, I need you to comment or something. We need to have a discussion.
You got to defend
about
yourself.
This. Yes.
No, you not discussion.
I want to know.
You're going to have to defend your choice of this cereal on this channel. He is calling you out right now.
Right now. I need to know, what made you think that this was a good combination, and did you like it? Did you pick it up just because of them or because of her? I need answers. I need to know why someone likes this or whatever the hell they're doing.
Or if you're a football player, you happen to watch this video on the off chance, and you know Mr. Swift here, you're going to tell him that his trash ass cereal mix is like, that's garbage, bro.
I'm just thinking, back in the day, football was beer commercials. There was a new Miller Lite commercial I watched. I was like, Miller Lite, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what football? Oh, yeah, I want the Kelsey mix.
Oh, yeah.
I want the Kelsey mix with my beer before football. Yeah, I want to know this person.
Can't you see a big old LSU, Georgia, Tennessee guy just being like, fuck yeah, man. The game's about to come on. Hey, Darlene, why don't you grab me that Kelsey mix so we can mix it with... Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I know. I feel like, would this go on the Saturday Night Live skit? The Bears, the Bulls. Oh, hang on. We got to eat our Kelsey mix. Whatever.
It's trash, guys.
It's trash.
There's nothing else. I think there's nothing else to be said on that.
I really think if you buy this and you like it, you're trash. But you know what? Hey, we're going to get it. And if we can find it, we're going to try it.
No,
I think that's a great idea.
I'm going to actually go out.
I don't know what I'm going to do if I actually like it. There's no way I like that. There's no way in my brain does this make sense.
Sorry, Mr. Kelsey. I just want to say that I tried your product and I just had to rethink all my feelings on this.
I mean, because I can remember as a kid.
It doesn't end up like that.
I remember as a kid because my mom was always like, she wouldn't mind buying the cereal, but she was always tried to be slightly conservative. Like, I don't want to get just the sugary cereal for him.
Yeah.
He's got to have a little something. And I mean, I remember at some point in time, like, I was ready to try the Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to try these Lucky Charms. I see the commercial, the little leprechaun guy. I'm like, they've sold me.
Great marketing.
I want.
Everybody knows
the pot of gold. I want the pot of gold. I want the Lucky Charms.
But now
we get it. And that was one of the most disappointing cereals I ever ate in my life because it's like, they never gave you enough marshmallows.
No.
And then I'm like,
nobody enjoys
I'm
the
like
other
trying
part.
to choke down the other little weedy garbage things just to leave the marshmallows left so I'd have something sweet to taste at the end.
But now you don't even get the damn leprechaun. You got the Smiley Twins here selling their trash mix.
It's
horrible.
killing me.
And you know what? This goes to the bigger point. What is it with them doing shit like this? And like the McDonald's ones are real bad. The Travis Scott meal, the not Little Kim, the Megan Thee Stallion. Somebody else had a meal at McDonald's, and the meal was just the fucking combo that they called the Derek Fountain meal. It was just a number 4. Like, it's like, I remember the Travis Scott meal, and it's like, it was the number 2. It was a fucking number 2.
Who's Travis Scott?
Yeah, he's a hip hop guy. Really big artist. But he had, it was like, his meal was the number fucking 2. The quarter pounder with a Coke and fries. What did you do? Did he? I mean, he could have, like I did. He could at least pissed on it or something.
We put extra ketchup on it.
It was dumb. And then she had a meal and it was like, 10 nuggets and fries with a. It's like, for fucking what? You can't even come up with something. Y'all can't even be smart like Taco Bell and come up with a cute little chili cheese flying chalupa or something.
Right.
No, like y'all just like, oh no, we called it the Derek Fountain meal. What is it? It's a hamburger. What the fuck?
It's a number 2.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, Derek. It's a big old flaming fucking number 2. Just like that turd right there. That's a big old flaming number 2. That's a big old flaming number 2. So yeah, we're gonna try to find that this week, and I really hope that I can come back and we can try that steaming pile of shit on the podcast.
On the podcast. All right, I will bring a bowl and a spoon. We got to get some real milk though. So
okay, hey,
I've got it. If we're gonna do it in full tilt, I'm gonna go just a little pint.
That
of whatever.
just means we're both gonna be in trouble later that night.
Whatever, it's okay.
But yeah, I'm willing
for our audience that we don't even have yet. I'm gonna do it for you.
Jesus. I will pay. I will come out of pocket, and I will pay for all that just so we can experience.
I'll pitch in. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm willing to pay just for the experience.
It's shit like this that hurts my feelings. It's just what makes me hate people This is what makes the hate come out, is stupid marketing crap like this.
This is how you come up with supervillains.
Yeah. I really kind of, if I really had my wish, I want to know who came up with it, who got sold on it, who thought it was a good idea, who designed this box.
This is his origin story for his villain.
I want to know everybody that was.
No, the worst one is the guy that approved it and said, yeah, I'm with it. Let's send that on out.
It's like the terminal list. I got a list of people. I want to know what the hell they got going on. That's what it is.
So yeah, that'll be the plan. Is
like
for next
how
week
much you got paid for? That's the other thing I want.
Oh no! I don't. Please don't. I don't even want to.
Yeah,
you're just gonna put me in a bad mood.
Yeah,
no. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. Seriously, like that'll literally just put me in a bad mood.
Oh,
poor as shit.
There we go.
Yeah. So shelling out money and all that for somebody poor like me, and then there's the $1 billion or whatever they got. Like I don't even want to. I don't even want to think of it. So yeah, that'll be a good plan for next week if we can find that steamer in the grocery store.
I really don't ever want to look at this picture ever again. It just disgusts me.
Well, we won't after this week. I promise this will be the last. That well, maybe not.
Oh well, you never know. They might come out with another crappy mixture of. Anyways,
send some goons down here to beat us up.
The trifecta
talking shit on their cereal.
Turd and diarrhea, whatever. I don't know. All right, kids.
Yes.
There we go. At least we got to that.
Yeah. I don't know what to say on that. On that note, we'll just leave that pinned up for next week. Yeah. It's a good place to put it. So all the money that will be spent, on that, at least for this week.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Stay tuned, kids, because we're definitely going to figure out what this is. We're going to tell you how good this turd tastes. We'll see if I can put some gold and polish it on there for you.
We are going to put out for you. We're going to make the pay just for you. Since we're doing that, though, at the very least, you don't have to worry because remember, as always,
this podcast is free.
All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Latest.
That podcast was free. Now it is the end. That podcast was free. You can go watch it again. That podcast was free. Time to take our leave. We can't wait to see you back. You ain't paying for that.